Hey folks, OGGO here. You can call me Geo. We got a heck of a match tonight. We got a great match for you. We got Artemis versus AOL. This is Heroes Lounge, North America, Division 3, Round 7, Season 5. If you need any more numbers, I don't have any more numbers. This is Artemis versus AOL. So two teams near the upper middle of the division. And I have some show notes here, which I didn't open, and they're getting ready to do the drafts. I'm sorry, the map picks and bans, so we'll be getting into the match lounge shortly. But interesting couple of teams. So the standings are this. We see Artemis slightly ahead. Artemis holding a slight lead there in 9th place. And Antioch League in 11th. Both teams have 6 wins. Both teams have, six matches, 4 wins. The maps score a little bit higher at 4 for Artemis, where it is 2 for Antioch League. But the story is this. Both teams lost to Los Popachos, which everyone has that's faced them. The only teams that haven't lost to Los Popo haven't played Los Popo. Okay? The other team that Artemis lost to is Probius, who has only lost to Los Popachos. Okay, you seen a trend here? Other than that, Artemis has 4 wins against teams, but one of those teams has dropped out, and the other 3 have a combined 5 wins among them. Then we have AOL. They lost their first 2 matches. The first was to Los Popachos, and the second, there was a very unfortunate incident where the tank captain caller of AOL, that's Gola, took May and did not realize that Avalanche was banned. So they had made a mistake in the first game in that series, and we were down 1 game but felt confident they could get a win. And what ended up happening is in the second game, he took Avalanche, and it was an immediate disqualification. And I'm getting pinged into the match lounge. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit and try and keep going with the folks here doing their map picks and bans. So AOL started out 0-2 with that second match, them feeling like they really had a solid chance to win it if they had not made a couple of just mistakes. And so here we are, where both teams have 4 wins with two matches left. And both teams are just out of the playoffs. So the team that wins here moves up into, I believe, 7th place. They should move into 7th place. So puts them right where they control their own destiny for the playoffs. So very important match for both teams. And I've seen AOL play. I haven't seen Artemis play yet, so I'm anxious to see them. And we've got the map picks and bans are coming through right now. So we have AOL gets map pick, and Artemis will be getting the first pick. So let's see what they're going to do with that. And let's get off my stupid head here and take a look at the maps. Okay, so the maps. I was going to say the bans that each team wants. Artemis wants to play on Tomb of the Spider Queen. That's the first ban from AOL. AOL wants to play on Towers, so look for Artemis to ban that. And the first ban from Artemis is Towers of Doom. So those are the 2 obvious maps that each team wants to play on, and they're immediately banned out. Sky Temple is banned by AOL. And Artemis bans Dragonshire. A lot of teams don't want to deal with Dragonshire. A lot of teams don't even care if their opponent is good on Dragonshire. They just don't want to see it. My pleasure, honestly. Thanks for tuning in. Best of luck to you tonight. How you doing, Ray? Folks, I don't interact with chat much during matches. I really have enough trouble bringing you a decent match. Is this the time where I say, listen, I'm doing this to bring you folks the matches. I don't claim to be an expert or even anything close to it of the game. I'm going to try and be entertaining, or at least not make the game impossible for you to watch. So enjoy. AOL is going to go with Infernal Shrines. And my buddy Gola knows that I need them on the left side. So he's asking Artemis if they can make. Artemis, did I scrim you? Honestly, I don't remember. Like, I'm saying honestly because that's your username. So honestly, I don't remember. That must have been over. You must be over an NGS. And probably beat the crap out of us. Both teams having great sportsmanship, giving out the good luck, have funs to each other. So, first map is going to be Infernal. Love that map. Always a good time. That is picked by the red team, which is AOL. And we are going to head into the draft room shortly. So, the honestly, from Artemis is reminding me that we scrimmed them. And so, listen, I turned 50 years old today. Do not feel badly that I don't remember you, because at this point, I just don't remember anything. That's what happens. That's what happens with that. Its hair didn't get white from bleach or dye. It's straight up old age. AOL adding a new team member tonight. This is very exciting. They weren't sure if he was going to start for them already, but he is. So AOL is bringing a new offlaner, which I will pronounce Yater. So glad to see that. Gola, thank you so much for the sub. I do not deserve it, and I'm grateful for it. And apparently, I'll be playing, as the lobby's shaping up, I'll be playing for AOL. Nope. I'm an observer. Nope. Not tonight. So, both teams setting up the lobby. We have the first pick set for Artemis. We should be loading in soon. Draft. Let's talk about what these teams want to do. Okay, I took a look at the win rates, okay? So for Artemis, for Artemis, the big picks are Anna and Sonya. Not the only people that they play well with, but those stand out. For AOL, it's Diablo and Stukov. Diablo really stands out, I would say, of anybody that I looked at. Diablo had a very high win rate in a lot of bans. Sorry, just doing a little business in the chat there, so I apologize, folks. When I'm on my own, I kind of have to interact with the teams a little bit and just let them know when I'm ready. And I'm not that great at talking about one thing while typing about another. We are into the draft. So, Anya Sonya targets for Artemis. Diablo Stukov targets for Annie Oakley. Frequently banned. Artemis has banned against them Diablo a lot, and so does Annie Oakley. So I expect ETC to be banned out no matter what. I expect Artemis to have Diablo and Joanna banned out against them. Annie Oakley, teams like to ban Cassia and Deckard against them. Deckard's a frequent ban against AOL. We're not going to be able to say Annie Oakley all night. We're going to drop to AOL. Artemis might be Artie at some point. Not sure. No disrespect if I have to. So there's the Anna ban. But, interestingly, that comes out from Artemis against AOL. Not what I expected, so I would have thought that Artemis would try to pick Ana. But they are just getting rid of her. Lion, of course, also very, very solid Ana player. Very solid. And interestingly enough, now we have Cassia frequently banned against AOL, and they are doing the banning. So we're having the reverse bans so far. May banned, so we don't have to worry about... Well, Avalanche isn't banned anymore, but Gola still doesn't get to play May. He's played her more frequently than I've seen some other teams playing her so far in Division 3 competitive. I think that whole Avalanche ban, talent ban, threw some people off, or they didn't want to deal with it. Gola's had some good success with her, so I think that's a smart ban by Artemis. And AOL bans a Deckard. So again, Cassie and Deckard usually banned. I want to say I looked at the stats wrong, but I promise you, usually those are banned against AOL, but this time they're banning them against the other team. Interesting. Pulling the switcheroo on me. So let's see who Artemis is going to start with.
The crusade calls.
Joe. So Joe didn't get banned on them. They immediately pick her. Honestly, going with his tried and true. Rasco, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Raxo. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it very much. Yater, thanks for the follow very much. Boom Fu, thanks for the follow very much. And there's the Diablo got through. Wow. Diablo and KT. You know, for a while there, right, everybody, it's kind of a thing. You didn't pick KT or else it's like, oh, KT only works against lower levels, right? So it was almost an embarrassment if you picked KT because, you know, he was supposed to be only good against noobs. I see people picking him again, and he seems to work just fine. Tassadar, a great pick. And Anduin, very solid. But the Diablo pick going through to AOL, that could be a problem. It's been a very solid pick. Most people haven't wanted to deal with it. I'm surprised to see KT. I really am. Let's see what happens. Okay, we banned Greymane. AOL bans Greymane. I mean, he can be very devastating if he gets in the back line, so it's always a nice ban. This is upper middle Div 3. This game puts the winner in control of their own destiny for the playoffs, so this is an extremely important game. The Stukov I said was a solid pick for Annie Oak League, so Artemis bans that out. Okay.
Anytime you're ready.
Folks, we just saw a Lily pick in competitive Division 3. I don't know what else to say about that. I don't have a co-caster tonight. It's my first time solo casting. So when I'm stumped, I'm just stumped. I can't... Oh, hold on. Let's go to Mike. Mike, what do you think about that Lily pick?
Well, you know, Gio, sometimes Lily gets bad rep because she's easy to play, but that doesn't mean she's not a solid healer.
Thank you, Mike, for that insight. Sonya. Sonya's pick that Artemis likes. They, by the way, I remember Vala too. Vala is a solid pick for them. They have a good win rate with her. Rainer, of course, very solid for AOL. You know, this is, I would say it's mostly very meta comps, except for that Lily. He sort of sticks out because what I think of with Lily, you can't direct the heal to who you want to direct the heal to. That's what I think of when I see Lily. And we finish with the new member of AOL, brings the Leoric, who's, I mean, absolutely near and dear to my heart. My nickname's Georic. As an offlaner, I love him. I think he's great. You can bully away with him. Be interesting to see what he does against the Sonya. And folks, we got a match. We got some interesting stuff going on here. We have two very solid teams fighting for their playoff hopes and dreams. I'm still on the Lily pick. Lion's a good healer. It feels to me like you're taking an IndyCar driver and you're putting them in, a Pinto. For you kids, a Pinto is a car that used to be around about 40 years ago, 50 years ago, and wasn't very good. And we're in the game.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
We're in the game, everybody. Okay, let's do the intros. On the left side, in the blue trunks, we have 7 on Anduin, Dark Horse on Vala, Ashcan on Tassadar, Evernight on Sonya, and honestly, on Johanna. On the right side, in the red trunks, we have Gola on Diablo, Galion on Lili,
5,
Yater
4,
on
3,
Leoric,
2,
and
1.
AOL Vince Noir
We
on
cannot
Kalthas, Transformer on Raynor. And now we enter the phase of the game in which we all try to burn all of our talents and mana for nothing whatsoever before any minions arrive. And we failed at that. We have not wasted all of our mana, but we can hope for more of that later. Now the teams are engaging over the first wave. A little bit of damage, just sort of getting a feel for each other here. Diablo getting a little cheeky. Joe takes some damage, but has her Iron Skin. Vala's having to back out a little bit. First trade maybe goes a little bit to AOL there, but look, it's first wave. These guys are going to get healed right back up and get back to work. Joe takes a lot of damage there. Iron Skin saves her tail, and she's going to go ahead and full back. Gives a slight advantage to AOL at the moment. Where's Mike? That's the thing I talk into. That was actually meant to be a joke. It's a mic, so I called it Mike. And in the top lane, I was going to say nothing happened because it's top lane, but my gosh, we got a battle going on here, and Yater is pressing Sonya. Sonya, of course, a little bit deceptive. If she hits that Q and gets the spin going, she can heal right back up. Leo's going to go tap. Both teams go to their camps, take their siege right on time. I mean, I have a feeling this is going to be a great matchup. These teams both look like they know what they're doing. Both solid. Both on point, knowing we want to clear these minions, move up, take the next wave. Sonya came down and took a look, maybe looking for if they could get a bit of a gank in that mid wave, but it wasn't there. AOL being smart in their positioning. And we have Joe goes in again, takes quite a bit of damage, but the Iron Skin's keeping her safe, and now Diablo's getting awfully low, and the red team's health bars just suddenly went down, and Tassadar will do that. Trans barely makes it out on Raynor, and he's gonna back. That looked like an even trade, and then suddenly the red team health bars just dropped across the board, and I have a feeling that was from Tassadar, but I don't really know anything about the game, so who knows. And I wondered about that. I was looking at positioning. Sonya takes Leo out. I didn't get up there in time, but Sonya gets a solo kill right before objective on Leo. Of course, he is Leo. So you're really fine. You lose a little XP. AOL still has the XP lead. And really, that was kind of no harm done there. Tassadar dropping those electricity bombs as per the usual. Gola joins the team. And for the moment, Artemis is sitting back looking for their opportunity. And so AOL is going ahead and farming on that objective. Sonya's flanking, and she's going to look for Leo, but of course she's going to Wraith Walk right out. Diablo's taking a fair bit of damage. KT got dinged up a little bit too. Looks like the range is a problem for KT so far from that Tassadar. AOL not too far ahead on the objective, right? 14-2. It's anybody's objective right now, and that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. You lose Raynor. You're going to lose Diablo here, too. And Sonya just spinning around, and Leo does manage, of course, to Wraith Walk out, but that's 2 kills for Artemis. They waited, bided their time patiently when they saw their opportunity. They went in hard, got the wall, got the Sonya engaged, and she spins and just drops a couple of heroes. Goes right back to farming mid, where Leo is as well. Keeping that XP up. Both teams are pretty even. Looks like AOL is just going to give the first objective. And instead they're looking for the Sonya kill. They do pressure Sonya and take her out mid. So that helps them with the defense a little bit. Gives them a little bit of an XP boost there. And here comes the Punisher. You want to bait that over the wall. Now it makes it look like I know what I'm talking about. Diablo takes the stun. He's going to want to back up. Artemis quickly trying to get that wall down so they have vision and so that they can start pressuring AOL. And that Punisher goes down very quickly, that first Punisher. Good defense by AOL. Stayed back, stayed safe. That could be a problem. No, Vala walks straight out. Oh boy. There goes Raynor. That tested our damage. And the wall might also get KT. He does manage to get out. That tested our damage. And of course, here's where I have to wonder about the Lily pick. And I have to wonder if you couldn't get a little bit more effective healing on that burst damage with somebody other than Lily. And I think they might have stuck around here too long. AOL wants to defend this fort. I'm not sure if they can. They're pushing out 3v4. They're looking for the Tassadar, and they might get him. They get the Tassadar. Well done. Well done. I'm surprised. I thought that was an overly aggressive play, but they managed to pull it off. Leo and Sonya just kind of even Steven right now. And AOL says, okay, want to take our wall? Most of our fort? We're going to try this too. We have 10s now. You have 9. We're going to push in here. That's our wall. It belongs to us. They know as long as they have this lead, and especially with a 4v3, they can do some damage here. Tassadar's coming back, but you still are 10s versus 9s. That's a great wall in Diablo. Oh, boy. How did that turn? Diablo heads over there, puts the damage out on Vala, and she just drops almost immediately. Artemis has 10s now, so they're going to push out a little bit. AOL figures discretion is a better part of valor. Backs right out. Leo's taking some pretty serious damage here from Sonya, but he is able to hit his creepy hand. Hit the Entomb, and AOL gets another pick on Sonya. It's an excellent play by Leo. Excellent play by Leo. And with that, they're going to immediately look to take Artemis's camp. That's a good, solid call. When you get an advantage like that, what can you do with it? And there was no hesitation. Gola knew exactly what he wanted. Called the team in, and they took the camp, and then they fall back and take their own camp safely while the enemy's camp pushes against their own wall. You don't get a lot for the camp. Don't get me wrong. But your opponent doesn't get it. And it buys you a little bit of time to go get your own camp. So AOL now clears the Bruiser camp top and may look to take their own, or no, they're going to go straight to objective. Be nice if they got that camp pushing, but, well, now they're doing it. I think they're a little late. So they're going to give up a significant start to Artemis, who already won the last objective. Gola does get the overpower and the pushy push. Followed up by a great Entomb, but the damage can't get to it. Joanna goes a little bit deep. Does she have the Iron Skin? Oh, wow. They get 2 kills right away. That's Raynor and Lily go down, and they're going to wipe out 4 of AOL. That turns so quickly. Diablo joins his friends. He does have 100 souls, so he comes back as a mini Diablo almost immediately. Sonya, again, looks to take the advantage and go straight for the camp. Now, it's going to take her some time. I'm not sure she has the time to do this. That's an aggressive play. There's Anduin to make sure that Sonya gets out. I don't know that AOL can get this either. They are. They're going to get that bruiser camp. Leo just went down and soaked. Boy, that entomb, it was such a nice entomb that AOL was not able, it looked like, to follow up on the damage, and the wall came in and just everything turned in an instant. And so many of these fights have gone that way. Leo's in trouble again, and he does go down. Diablo's walled in. These walls are on point. The Punisher has not been baited over the wall, so he's getting a lot more value taking that wall out than what you'd want to see. You'd want to see him going a little bit deeper. And, oh, the Johanna Condemn pulls everyone in, and that is a 5-man team wipe. Artemis, well played. The timing on that, the Condemn just absolutely brought everyone together, and the damage was there immediately. Leo trying to do what he can, but he might fall again here. That's Leo's down again. That's not the problem, though. The problem is you're in danger of losing a keep, and this is fairly early. We're at 10 minutes. So your opponent now is going to be knocking on 16 fairly soon, the blue team. You're at 13. You are on an even talent tier at the moment, but you're man down. So you want to be very careful about where you get aggressive here. And if they don't get a pick before Artemis gets to 16, then Artemis gets to do whatever they want for about 2 levels while AOL tries to catch up on the talent tier. AOL knows this, so they're looking to get in and get aggressive. They get the APOC down, but it misses everything. That wall is on point. Again, Diablo doesn't have the 100 souls, and he drops almost immediately. Transformer running for his life. Lily trying to keep him healed up. Leo's also running. That's going to be Raynor going down. Leo should go down. KT goes down. Leo might make it out. Leo might make it out. He does. Guys, I hate to come back to the draft, but I feel like that Lily pick is hurting. I don't like to backseat drafts, and I know less about them than anybody, but it feels like that Lily is not getting it done in the big fights. I know AOL had something in mind, but I don't think it's working out the way they were hoping it would. So Artemis going for 2 camps, great, well done. Keep the push going. You have a talent tier lead. You're at 17. Your opponent's at 14. Just crossing over to 15. So you have a full level until they hit 16, where you get to take advantage of as much as you want. They're leaving this for Sonya, and they're gonna push as 4 right now. Thank you, Coffee. I appreciate it very much. And this is a gutsy play to push as 4. Your opponent is looking for a favorable matchup, and you're kind of giving it to them. Even with a talent tier lead, 5 is still more than 4. Artemis does walk out. Leo is going to get caught, though, and he falls, and now you got even numbers. And Raynor's in trouble. Raynor's in trouble. That wall held him up. He does manage to get out of there, but now you're 4v4 again. You got half a level AOL until you make it to 16. Just hanging on for dear life. Looks like Sonya came off that camp. I didn't see that, but it looks like during that fight she pulled off the camp to come and help when things got a little iffy. AOL's going to want to clean this camp up. It's exactly what they want to be doing. They'll hit 16 and they'll be able to challenge this objective. Now, this objective, it isn't game yet, but it's close to it. If you lose somebody over this objective, if you're AOL, you're done for. So from their perspective, they have to take this objective as if it might be game. Artemis can be a little conservative. They don't even need this objective. So they can play it safe if they want to. Joe goes in. There's the Entomb, and that hits, and the damage is there this time. And Sonya falls. I'm sorry, Vala falls. Anduin falls. My gosh, it's a bloodbath. Joe falls. That's exactly what AOL needed. That's the fight they needed. It all started, it looked to me, with the Entomb. Gola is still pushing aggressively. His team is not with him. But he is just going. Diablo, attack, auto attack damage on Sonya, and he almost gets her. I have a feeling he wishes that any one of his damage dealers had just peeked in to say hello. Tassadar is doing work. Tassadar is doing work to hold that back. Let's see what AOL gets with this. This doesn't put them back in the game. It certainly keeps them in it. Right? They get the objective. They don't have a fort down yet. So they're just looking to start getting some kind of foothold on the map. Death timer's still pretty low. We're only at 14 minutes. So Artemis back to full strength. Goal is still deep. Goal is still deep. No damage dealers with him. He's going very aggressive. Here comes the damage dealers. Leo's still back, clearing up. So you have a 4v5 with Punisher. Mortar Punisher's going to do some damage from a distance. Should get baited over here. There he goes. AOL looking to get a wall down, get themselves some vision. Tassadar, meanwhile, is just pounding him from behind the wall. And that Mortar Punisher is falling quickly, and AOL will have to back out, although Leo's here, and his Entomb is going to be back up. It's Entomb. All right, there goes the engage by the Sonya, and that's going to be trouble for AOL. That is trouble for AOL. That's 2 heroes down almost immediately. 3 heroes down. Diablo will come back, but what's he going to come back to? He's going to have no souls. You've lost Leo and Raynor, and
Red team's core is under attack.
Artemis could look to finish here. I might say they should look to finish here. They got 20. AOL's at 18. You got a heroic talent advantage. And 5v3. No, they're not doing it yet. They obviously respect AOL. I think they should have gone to the core. But my team's in last place in Div 3. So I don't think anybody's asking me what I should have done. They're going to take the Bruiser camp, Artemis. Blue team's just going to look to keep map pressure on everywhere. They have a camp pushing mid. They have a camp pushing bot. They have a camp pushing top, right? So they don't need to take a chance. They don't need to push the core because the doofus caster says push core. They can play the long game. They have the advantage now. AOL, though, is getting close to 20, getting close to that buried alive. And remember, once we hit 20, single team fight is game. So they don't want to be too cautious. Uh-oh. Sonya a little bit caught out here, but she is able to spin out. I believe she has a talent that allows her an activatable to spin out. That's great engaged by Artemis. It's a fantastic engage. AOL is able to back out of it and get under their core, but there's a lot of damage coming out, and Diablo is going to fall here. Leo's down. Raynor trying to make it to the base, but he gets slowed and he falls too, and that's going to be game, folks. Artemis, somewhere around level 10 or 13, just kicked it in overdrive and absolutely dominated through the second half of that match. Good luck. Yeah, good game. Well played to both teams. Both teams showed a lot. Have me convinced that this second game is going to be something very much worth watching. Let's get the stats up and take a look. So, look, I'm talking about Lily the whole match, okay? And she out-healed Anduin. I don't know if the idea was the blinds on Vala and Sonya. Maybe the idea is that they pick Sonya, so you take Lily and you get the blinds. Like I said, there's a lot of people smarter than me about the game. And I know that they had an idea what they were trying to do. The healing was there. I think for me, the issue is the healing isn't targeted where you need it, when you need it, to the degree you need it. And that's why you don't see her played a lot. Maybe Lion... by the way, I'm not blaming a single player or a single pick, okay? Let me make that clear. I just calling out something that's unusual that may have an impact. Certainly not trying to pick on anybody. I think we'll all agree it's an unusual draft pick. And I don't know. There were times when AOL executed exactly what they wanted off those Entombs. I thought the Entombs were very solid. Yater coming in as the brand new player, just joined AOL today. You can't argue with those Entombs at all. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it very much. Let me make sure I'm not missing the lobby here. Coffee, thank you again for the raid. When I'm calling, I'm not looking at chat a whole lot. I appreciate it very much. So the next map is Alterac, picked by AOL. So they opted for the map pick. You know, I think sometimes that I'm forgetting to click update on my gorgeous little tool here. So this time I got it. So Artemis takes the win on the first map. AOL goes to Alterac. And that's going to give Artemis the first pick in this next match. Next game. They have a 1-0 lead. And we're getting into the lobby now. I mean, folks, I gotta say, love to see a match like that. I mean, it was so back and forth. I don't think, you know, you would see first one team, then another. Sort of feel like they take control. I mean, in the beginning, it was just a slugfest. They were just back and forth continuously, very even throughout. XP, the first objective didn't do much. AOL came off and got that gank and took the camp and looked well in control. And then I want to say that second objective, I think that's where the Entomb went down, where the damage dealers couldn't quite get to it, and it felt like that's where it started turning. I can't remember exactly. Felt like it. Ronan, thank you. Thanks for the cheer. Appreciate it very much. So we're in the lobby and waiting to get things started. I don't know if they're waiting on me. I just gave the ready. We now have a stranger in the lobby. Stranger is gone from the lobby. I think it's the funniest thing that you can just bump into a lobby. When I first started playing Heroes Lounge, I cannot tell you folks how many times I would just suddenly bip into a team lobby thinking I was just joining in front to play a game. They're like, bro, we're in a match. Oh, sorry about that. So, Mike, what did you think about the last game?
Well, I gotta tell you, Gio, it sets up for an excellent game, too, because it was really back and forth the whole time, and I felt like any team could have won at any time.
Mike, that's exactly how I felt about it. You and I tend to agree a lot, Mike.
Yes, and I think you were very smart and cool.
Aw, Mike, come on.
By the way, Gio, happy 50th birthday to you today. I know I haven't said anything and I don't like to embarrass you.
Ah, jeez. Well, you just did embarrass me, Mike. Come on. Come on, man. People don't care that it's my 50th birthday today, that it's a milestone birthday for me.
Well, I could, Gio, even if the people don't care. I really care a lot about you, and I want you to have a truly happy birthday.
Well, I did. I had a great birthday. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're choking me up. I had a great birthday. I got about 3 pounds of barbecue, and I ate about 2 pounds of it. So there's a solid chance that at some point during this match, I will throw on my wireless headset and be casting from the bathroom. It could happen. Oh, there's a draft going on, everybody. Artemis starts out with the May band and Anna. That looks familiar. AOL counters with the Cassia and the Deckard band. Also looks familiar.
Hey, Gio, I think this is the same band that each team did in Game 1.
I think you're right, Mike. I think you're exactly right. But we got to get serious now. The ETC pick goes through. Both teams want this pick, and honestly, gets it. He gets the ETC with the first pick. Is Gola going to go with that Diablo again? Had its moments, and he does. He does. That was his first loss on Diablo this season of Heroes Lounge, I believe. And the Stukov gets through too, so the teams are getting some of the picks they're looking for. We got the Stukov back. What's Artemis going to do? What do you want to see here? Tassadar was solid. I gotta believe we're gonna see a Tassadar here. No, Mephisto. Mephisto. Got the Anduin again. Anduin was right on point that last game. I remember... You know, I only remember, I think, one pull? Meaning, I don't think he needed to a lot. I'm not saying they didn't happen. I'm saying there wasn't a lot of need for him. AOL bans that Sonya. I think we can call that a respect ban. Whatever she was doing, they do not want to deal with it again. And Artemis is thinking about it. They would look to get rid of. KT. Interesting. Didn't notice the KT giving him that much trouble the last match. However, they obviously don't want to deal with it this match. Might be, you don't want to get the living bomb put on the Mephisto while he's, you know, zipped in there and then he zips back and spreads the bomb. Maybe? Li Ming and Greymane. Okay. All right. AOL might be a little bit angry. They might be feeling aggressive here. Might be looking to bomb some stuff over some walls. Rexar. Rexar Lunara. Okay. Surprised to see Rexar here. There's no particular advantage as far as having the bear and the whatever Rexar is, the big goofball. In that you don't have a capture point, right? Obviously, that's not all that Rexar can do. You can zone out with the bear, soaks a lot of damage, gets those stuns in. And Lunara is just pokey and annoying as all get out. And there's a Zool. Yader's bringing the Zool. Zool could get some tremendous pressure going on this map. I wonder if we'll see that Nova poison, green poison stuff. I mean, that's the only hero that I play of him. That's the level 10 I pick because it's super fun to just see a bunch of green goo infect everybody. Watch them die. And here we go. All right, back to me. I'm trying to get back to this scene as much as possible tonight because there was a lot of commenting about Mike here. How I have a big mic. Which was the point. bought this mic for the aesthetics. Sure, it sounds great. Sure, it makes me sound great. But I bought it to look like a real caster. Folks, we got a game here. Of course you'd like to talk to me all night, but we got a game to take a look at. Notice I didn't show any of the damage the last game. Sorry. I'll try and bip around and give you the stats. Ping me in chat if you like. On the left side, folks, in the blue trunks with a 1-0 lead, we have 7 on Anduin, Dark Horse on Rexar, Ashcan on Mephisto, Evernight on Lunara, Honestly on ETC for Artemis. And in the red trunks on the right side for AOL, we have Gola on Diablo, Lion on Stukov, Yater on Zool, Li Ming, played by Vince Noir, and Transformer on Greymane. And we have entered the use all your mana for nothing phase of the game. And Fistos zips in, takes some damage, zips right back out. The bear's getting dinged up, but he's a bear. Runs away, gets healed, calls PETA. Zool heads up to top already. Diablo's catching that Mephisto, but it doesn't really do a lot for him because Mephisto just gets to zippity-doo-dah right back where he came from. And both teams, that's actually kind of funny, sort of surreal, folks. They both just basically walked down together, down to bottom lane in an orderly fashion. Diablo taking a lot of damage here. Lunara is just on him. And all of AOL is getting dinged up here, but Stukov will have them back shortly. Gola getting right back in the mix without hesitation. Zool got driven right back to his base. No surprise there, right? Rexar's going to be able to out-damage him early on. AOL heads back up to mid. Meets Artemis there. Looking to soak. Yeah, boy, if you get a stun there in top lane, if you get a stun there, that's dead Zool. Greymane on time with the camp. Artemis on time with the camp. Lunara getting a little help from Anduin there. Diablo might have gotten caught out here. ETC harassing. But ETC's taking some tower shots now, and he wants to get out of there. He's going to slide right out of there. Both camps pushing. Now, see, this works better for Artemis. Notice that AOL's camp is pushing under the wall, taking tower damage. Artemis's camp will fight it there without taking any tower damage and then get to go push. Good timing by them. Better to be second rather than first in that case. Li Ming holding that lane, just getting the soak. While 3 from AOL push bottom. Artemis in a 2-2.
Our scouts report that the horde's keeping some of our soldiers prisoners.
And
Get ready to free them.
top lane, not much happening, folks. Li Ming gets driven back a bit. Yeah, Mephisto and ETC are holding their own against 3. First objective coming up in about 10 seconds. AOL looks to clear mid as 4. Artemis still split. Nope, now they're rotating up, so you have a 4v4 mid. ETC looks like he might be wanting to start something. And he gets a slide in, but there's no damage following up yet. Doesn't need to be. Don't need to do much anything here. Zool is still taking a beating, but so is Rexar here. Zool wants it, but thinks better of it. Oh, Diablo got a wall stun there. AOL can't quite finish. Both teams almost equal in XP. Another grab by Diablo. Again, on the only guy you really probably wish you didn't grab, Mephisto. I mean, you can harass him. You're not going to get a whole lot from him. Later, you might be able to blow him up. Oh, ETC gets caught. He gets the bone prison. And he's going to go down right on the objective. That's big. That is big. You know, he's been staying very safe the whole game, and then just in a split second there got caught, and that allows AOL to start to channel the objective. And get the clock going in their the death timers are very short right now, so ETC's already coming back full health. Yater looks like he's thinking about going down bot, but that's a 5v4 mid, so he comes back. Diablo charges in pretty deep, and his backline is taking serious damage. Greymane is on the run. Li Ming did go down in that fight, and Greymane is running for his life. Diablo's going to be in trouble now, too, without that damage there. Diablo's going to fall. Lion trying to walk out. Yater will have trouble getting out of there. He's not getting out of there.
Good work, lads and lassies.
So Lion wisely leaves him. Artemis gets 2 kills. And now it's their turn. I didn't notice that, folks. 0.4 seconds left on that objective during that fight. 0.4 seconds. AOL has plenty of time to come back. Of course, now Diablo's lost his souls. You don't love that. Oh, they almost grabbed Mephisto there. That's what I meant. Later on, that damage burst will start getting there. They almost got him. AOL pushes in as 4. Artemis already walks away. Artemis setting up for the defense. We get the stun from the bear on Yater. No follow-up. And the teams are just dancing right now. There's an overpower by Diablo. ETC is caught, but he looks like he's fine. Bone Prison comes out. There is the damage there, and ETC falls again. And a lot of pressure on Mephisto now. He does float away. I don't think he walks. He's sort of like spectral electricity's way. Yater's in trouble. His friends close in and push Lunara back. And that's going to be the first objective to AOL. Objectives, very important on this map. You might be laughing and saying, oh, dumb caster. Objectives are always important. That's why they're called objectives. Well, it's relative. Different maps. People would argue that on Hanamura, the samurai is more important than the objective. Some would say the samurai is the objective. On this map, the objective is key. The objective in those camps are super important. You get a bonus if you stand within the ring. I don't know what it is, but I heard you get a bonus if you stand inside the ring. So I guess you just should do it, no matter what. Li Ming bombing away, as is Mephisto. You got two mages willing to trade some poke there. Meanwhile, though, Greymane doing what Greymane does in sieging, but he might get caught out here. He might get caught out here. Mephisto dropping the damage. Greymane misses that slide by just a little bit and gets out. How's Zool looking? So while Artemis clears bottom, there's still some pressure on their mid fort. That is just a sneeze away from going down. But they managed to hold. They managed to hold. They lost one fort and most of another. Zool's heading down toward mid, so they might look to turn this. Yeah, and they catch ETC again. But that turns very quickly. That turns very quickly. Okay, I wish I knew enough to tell you folks what happened that just stunned all of AOL in a neat little line right there, and I don't. I'm sorry. I think... Is it Rexar? Somebody in chat, tell everybody what happened. All I know is there's that pressure on ETC, and suddenly it turned, and their AOL found themselves stunned right in a line, and I think that's the Unleash the Boars? Damaging, revealing, and slowing. I think that was Unleash the Boars. I think he caught them all in a line. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nonetheless, AOL got stunned out right there in a line, stunned or slowed, and just melted on down. It was Mephisto. Thank you. Wave of Spirits, root the first enemy. Thank you very much. Durance of Hate. I'm used to Mephisto taking that global damage. Appreciate you correcting me on that. That was an excellent job by him. Meanwhile, AOL trying to contest this boss is not going well for them. Greymane and Diablo go down. Li Ming joins them. Yater is going to go down as well. And that, folks, is called going from bad to worse. You know, you've just got 4-man, 5-man wiped. The other team's taking a boss. You want to contest it, and instead you deal with another 4-man wipe. And Artemis is in control. That boss is going to keep pushing. You're going to put Greymane on that, let him burst it down as fast as he can. You have... Artemis has to know that AOL is going to come back in and have time to contest this, but they're going to have a solid lead, so again, they can play safe here. Rexar is back, clearing up a camp that did a little bit of damage, so they did lose that mid-fort. Lost a little bit of damage there to the wall of the keep. Diablo getting awfully aggressive, going in early. Gets the APOC down. ETC slides out of it, gets a good mosh down. It looks like he is stunned out of it, but AOL is just dropping everywhere. Yater is going to fall here as well, and I think Lion's going to drop to the poison. Yeah. So that's a 4-man wipe followed by a 5-man wipe followed by a 5-man wipe. And the objective. Artemis firmly in control of this. So what do they want to do with this objective? I would think let the fort take care of itself. Try and pressure the keeps. You want that armor down so you can look to get your win condition. If you're AOL, pick one keep of top and mid, pick one and defend it. Try and hold. They are not doing that. Well, I mean, they've sent Zool top. It's not that they aren't trying to defend, but they're not doing it with a 5-man. They're doing it with a 4-man. They're able to do that because Rexar's pushing that fort. I might have just elected to let that to let the objective take the fort. So AOL manages to defend all their keeps. I'm actually very surprised. So to only get a fort for Artemis, I'd feel a little disappointed. They're going to try and get this keep wall here with what they have left of the objective. And AOL's going to try and defend it. Yater with a very gutsy flank there. Just dropped his ultimate. Doesn't really catch anybody, and now he's running for his life. Lion's circling around to try and help him. That leaves Gola exposed. Artemis pushes in. The APOC is out. Honestly is just chasing, and honestly might go down. He does. Gets the mosh off, but then dies. Now the tables are turned a little bit. Yater is diving right in there. Gola is diving right in there. AOL is turning the tables, folks. These two teams. These two teams. Now what do you do if you're AOL? You go straight down and take that bottom boss. As soon as you get the bottom boss, what do? You go and take the top boss. What are you hoping they get you? Keep wall? Maybe half a keep? The bottom one is just going to get defended. The top one, you're going to get the fort. Would have probably had Zool on this camp here. Okay, they're going to do something a little different. Looks like they're going to push with it. They have 5 seconds left. I don't know. I would have gone for the top boss here. I would have taken the top. Oh, wait. Not up. That's how smart I am, folks. I would have gone for a boss that doesn't exist. AOL's even on talent tier. Artemis has a 1-level lead. Artemis is burning that boss down like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. It might take out the front wall of this keep, and that's something, but Artemis, great defense. Does get the tower. So they do manage to get the wall knocked down, but Artemis, excellent defense there. And folks, now you've got an even match, don't you? You have 18-18. Both teams have lost all their forts. Both teams have all their keeps, and you have a team that Artemis, game that Artemis was firmly in control of, that now is an even match. Initial objective channel goes to AOL, but Artemis is pushing out. Diablo is taking massive damage, and it looks like he's going to fall. He's still alive. He is still alive, and he's trying to take Lunara with him, but he does fall. ETC gets a great mosh that isolates the back line for AOL, and Artemis takes full advantage. Once they get that tank down, then they pressure, and now you have the death timers up. So Diablo's back already, but Zool fell as well. And Artemis now has 40 seconds to do whatever they want. They need 50, though. AOL's going to have it. Wow. I'm not sure about that. You have no souls, and you are down 1. And you needed to wait about 25 seconds. I don't know exactly what the thought was there or what happened, but I think you didn't need that. This is what I would have liked to have seen. What they're doing now, take that boss that now actually does exist. It's harder to take it when it doesn't exist.
I meant to say something to you, Gia, but you're talking so fast.
Yeah, I know, Mike. I know. Sometimes I don't let you get a word in edgewise. So, that boss, I want to say, does not stop the objective. I don't believe the objective stops to deal with the boss. I could be wrong. If it does, that's a huge help. Otherwise, it's a help. This camp is a help. So AOL is doing what they can, but Artemis says, hey, look, that's fine. Get all the camps, get all the bosses. We have the objective. We're going to be pushing on 3 lanes. We need 2 keeps. If I'm Artemis, I want 2 keeps. Take the easy ones. Don't need the contested keeps. Oh, look at this. Anduin, careful. Careful, big fella. Easy, big fella. Zool. It's a scary path there. So the objective is stopping to fight the boss. So that gives them even more value for AOL, that it just slows that objective down. But they get less out of the boss. They get the front wall and that's it. So they're in defense mode. They know they're going to lose this keep. You'd like to only lose the 1 keep. If you can hold it to 1 keep, Artemis, you want 2. Now that your objective's pushing through, you go to the other keep. AOL's going to try to defend. I don't know that they can. Artemis putting heavy damage down very quickly. There's your 2nd keep. Now you can walk away if you want. There's the ultimate by Zool. Followed up by an excellent mosh, and that is going to spell doom for AOL. That's Diablo down. That's Greymane down. There goes Zool, and that's going to be game. With 2 keeps down and objective pushing top, there's nothing I think that AOL can do here. I'm not going to say nothing. It's extremely difficult to defend here. You do have Li Ming, but I think your core is just dropping too fast. And there comes the GG well played from Gola. ETC, there's a lot of solid play there, but the ETC play was really on point. Both teams like him. Usually both teams get him banned against them. In this case, Artemis got him and capitalized on it. Let's take a quick look at the stats. Let's see if anybody wants to do a post-game interview. Okay. I mean, look at the damage by Mephisto. You know, like, let's say again, I'm not calling out any individuals. I'm saying if your Zool is doing considerably more damage than your Li Ming and your Greymane, more hero damage, that's not what you're looking for. That's not what you want. You're not loving how things are going, right? The game isn't working your way if you're AOL. Artemis is getting exactly what they want. Mephisto's out there banging on everybody, and I mean the Rexar pick, my gosh. 160,000 siege damage. The XP soak was fantastic. Everybody played solid. Good games, well played. It honestly, both games felt like they could go either way, and then you have that fatal fight that just wipes a team, and that's it. I'll be in HL interview room. All right, let's hit the interview room. if I can find it. There we go. I think we all agree we want to see my face at this point. It's definitely what we're looking to see on screen. Right around now.
Hello?
Hello. So congratulations. Good game,
Thank you,
well
sir.
played.
Thank you.
So I cannot believe that I don't remember that we played you, first of all. It's nothing to do with your match, but I apologize.
No, I'm just giving you credit.
Did we scrim you back like 4 or 5 months ago? You're in NGS as well, right?
Yeah, you scrimmed us,
Yeah.
I think, twice preseason.
Yeah. Now that makes sense then. Okay, so let me tell you where I was coming from. Really didn't know what to expect from this match. Both of your teams lost to very good teams in this league. Well, AOL had sort of a loss to a mid-range team on a blip where they kind of goofed up a band pick. You lost to Probius and Los Popa, right? But
Yes.
then when you take a look at the wins, both of your teams had wins against teams that didn't have great records. So it's really hard to like look at the records and on paper see what's going to happen. And I'm curious your thoughts. I felt like through like level 10 to 13, felt like slugfests to me. Both of those games felt like dead even. What did you think? How did you feel in those games through like level 10, level 13?
We actually felt pretty comfortable.
Okay.
We were able to chunk out the Diablo pretty early and pretty often.
Mm-hmm.
So he was often engaging into us with less than half HP. So I feel like the trades more often than not went in our favor.
Okay.
And then but yeah, it was very back and forth, especially on shrines, going back and forth on the immortal fights, trying to get the or not the immortal fight, the little minions. We went back and forth a lot.
It felt like they get a pick, you get a pick, you get a pick, they get a pick. I agree with you on the trades. There were times that boy, there's one time in particular I remember on shrines. You guys have been trading back and forth, and then there was a fight where Tassadar just melted them around mid lane, right? They suddenly went from 100% down to look like 25, 30%. And I think that's when you started the first or second objective, where, like you said, you won on the damage trade, right? You were getting what you wanted out of that trade. And it felt like Tassadar was a real difference maker in that first game. Like he outranged their damage and just was constantly chunking away at them. Is that how you saw it, or was there something else to it? Obviously, it's a team effort, but that's what I noticed just as a caster, right?
Yeah, he's able to just sit back and throw the Q bombs and stack up. On a map like Shrines, it's really strong, and then when we get to the late game fights, that Q with the percent damage just goes crazy. So we can chuck down the tank or whoever's in the back line. It just works out really well.
And I'm curious, this is honestly for my own education. Is the Anduin pick, so I think of Tassadar if there's a weakness that he's sort of a turret, right? He's not highly mobile. He has a wall, he has tools, but he's not mobile. Is Anduin a pick to make sure you have a pull if you need to on Tassadar, or is it just a comfort pick, just you like Anduin? Is there any synergy there, or it's just a pick you like?
If Anduin's having to use the pull on Tassadar, I'm not doing my job as a tank. Anduin is a little bit of a comfort pick for us. It's always nice to have the trait value if one of us gets caught in a bad position. But with anything, if they're a dive heavy comp and we have light bomb, that can go on any of our team, and it's a good either disengage or a chance for us to re-engage on them.
So, and speaking, Duin, of your job as a tank, right? The Joe play looked very solid to me. noticed a couple of times where that iron skin, I felt like there was a little puckering and that iron skin came out just in time and you got out and were able to get back in, right? You didn't die. With the ETC in the second game, and by the end of the game, I'm looking at you, and I said on the cast, I thought it really made a difference. I was surprised the ETC pick got through because both teams tend to get banned over him, and both teams want him. I thought he made a difference. Early on, I felt like they were able to do what they wanted to you. I felt like they got you and burned you down 2, 3. I'm looking at the stats 4 times. Probably 3 early. Did that concern you at all, or did you know that, hey, I'm going to hit where I want to be right around 10? You know what I mean? Is that just early ETC play, or did it worry you a little?
I wasn't too worried. I took some bad engages and I got a little too far forward.
Got it. Okay.
Especially when I didn't have my
Slide
knockback
up.
available.
Oh, the boot. Okay.
Yeah, I miss my slide to get the engage, and then if I'm too far forward, we don't have the follow up, and then I'm instantly in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if Zul's there, because then I'm rooted, and then I've got the slam from Diablo. So
yeah, that bone prison got you a couple. Yeah.
Yep. So just a couple of times I got too far forward, and my team wasn't able to back me up. But for the most part, I think we did okay with getting the setups off the slide.
You did great. And that's what I'm saying. I noticed it early, and it seemed to be working for them. And then later, the ETC pick worked heavily in your favor. And I remember on one of the objectives on your side of the map, you getting a mosh up into, they were sort of trapped in a bush and a rock right just above the objective, and you got a mosh that just isolated the back line while your back line burned down the Diablo and the Zul, and then you just hunted them down. And I think that was the first, it was a 4 or a 5-man wipe that you followed up with another 5-man wipe, another 5-man wipe, and really rolled from there. It did seem like, I mean, you definitely respected them. You didn't get greedy off of those wipes. You is that just your team's style of play? Was that something you know about AOL, or is that just how you guys approach doing business?
We tend to be a little cautious, but whenever we get an advantage, we like to press as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end, I think we had a 3-level lead on them, and then we ended up team wiping to them.
You did.
And they caught up all the way to 17s with the boss pushing in the bottom lane. So we got a little over aggressive, but for the most part, we try to look at what's available on the map. Where can we get the advantage, and where can we continue to build our levels and snowball the game?
I mean, it seemed very disciplined to me. I was, during the second game, I'll admit that I was on the cast saying I thought you could go for core when you took the camps. They had a top and a bottom keep. They had mid open, I believe, and you 5-man wiped them. I felt like you could have cored, and that's where the question comes from, because for a lot of players like myself who are not great and are trying, that can be one of the most difficult decisions, is knowing when have we won the game, right? And it struck me that you folks opted for what I would call a more disciplined approach. And instead what you did, you got the camps. And yeah, maybe you could have ended, but instead what you did is you created a situation where they had to either give up objective or either let camps push into their core, right? So you were a little bit patient and then allowed yourself to kind of have a checkmate type position. From what I saw.
We were talking at that point in time, like, can we end here? And we weren't 100% sure, because the death timers weren't super long.
Yep.
And with the core on Alterac, it heals itself, so we don't gain any advantage if we don't kill it. So we decided to keep the map pressure up and then just play the objective.
Fantastic. Do you have a MVP from your perspective from the games?
First game, I think X Evernight, he set up a ton of kills for us with the leaps into the back line.
He was on Sonya. So you switched your offlaner. The Sonya play was excellent.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's a fantastic solo laner. And it just really was a team effort. But
Obviously.
in the first game, he really set up a lot of the kills and a lot of the advantages we ended up getting.
He had a leap toward the end of the game that sealed the victory. It didn't make the victory, but he leapt and got 2 players, right? I think bottom lane. And that just absolutely, there was just no question left anymore. That was a game-making play right there. And what really impressed me, again, I'm looking at this from a player of low skill. And so when I see a Sonya that's able to do that dance and know when to get in and when to get out, right? That's what really impressed me about the play there. Being able to engage, do the damage, and then get out of there and not die, not feed to the enemy. I thought it was excellent. What about game 2? I might have it be you, by the way. I think you were my MVP. But what do you think?
Game 2, I mean, I really can't single anybody out.
Yeah.
I like to call out the 4-man mosh pit at the end of the game.
Yeah. Yep.
That
it's
helped
very
seal
good.
it. But
Excuse me. What is this Discord call for?
All right. Continue, please.
But yeah, I mean, the second game was just a good overall team game.
I thought so too. I thought the Mephisto play was right on point. Lunara did what you wanted Lunara to do, right?
Yep.
Best thing that I can say about Anduin is I didn't notice Anduin, and that's like the highest compliment that I can give a healer that I'm watching or playing with. And I hope you know what I mean by that. And the Rexar surprised me. I don't think of that as a Rexar map, right? And I'm doing air quotes here. But he doesn't give the typical advantage that you think of having the little minion to send around, right? But excellent work, great siege damage, and really seemed to give some value in the team fights as well.
Yeah, the Rexar really made a big difference. Setting up things with the boars, and then just being able to sustain so long on lane. With Alterac being such a huge map, it's nice to have somebody that can just sit on lane forever.
Oh, that Durance of Hate, by the way. The Durance of Hate. I can't remember which fight it was, but that's where I really felt the game turn. When Mephisto hit that. They had a pretty nice pressure on you, and then just suddenly they all lined up, it hit, and you just melted them. That was an amazing play as well. So
yeah, I mean, to call out my potato tank play, I completely whiffed the mosh right before that went out and missed everybody.
Listen, if you don't whiff some moshes, then you are not playing ETC. That's and I feel this. I play Leo quite a bit, and for a while there, I got Entomb anxiety. If you start worrying about the Entomb or the mosh you're gonna miss, boy, it'll get in your head. And you obviously don't worry about it, and you just get back out there and hit the next one, and you did. So congratulations to you and the team. Very well played. It was a pleasure to cast. 2 very good teams, and you now. So here's the cool thing. You're in control of your own destiny, as far as I can tell, because you go to 5 wins in 7 matches. That puts you in 7th place. So, as far as I can tell, you're in control of your own destiny. What do you think about that?
Hey, we just got to get one more win right before the playoffs start.
That's what that means.
That's all we got to do.
That's what that means, honestly.
We like our chances. We're feeling pretty good, and just hope to keep it rolling.
I like your chances too. You should be looking to match up. Well, gosh, I don't know if they'd rematch you with Probius. I mean, now you're in rarefied air, my friend. Now you want the bad news now? You want to know the other 5-win teams? Phoenix Rising, Citrine, Cho'Gall's Angels, Titanus Revolution, Probius. Congratulations. You have you have your work cut out.
If we're not playing teams better than us, we're not getting better. So
listen, nobody says they're better than you. You haven't played them yet. They're all very good teams, but so are you. Again, congratulations to you folks. It's a pleasure to cast the game, and I hope I'll get a chance to do it again soon.
Hey, thanks, Gio. We really appreciate the cast. Enjoy your stream very much, sir.
My pleasure. Good luck to you. Rest of the season, I'll be watching. Go have a cold one.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Take care. That's going to do it, folks. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it very much. Who have I missed? Ashcan, thank you for the follow. Thanks, folks. Appreciate it. That's going to be all for tonight. Great match. Congratulations to both teams. And, folks, I think, yeah, in fact, I am going to be casting a game tomorrow night. I am. I talked to the boss, and she said that'll work. So I am going to cast Fat Banshee versus Probius tomorrow night. That's at 10:30 Eastern, or as I call it, real time. So, if you enjoyed this, or if it didn't make you want to set yourself on fire, hit that follow button, the alert button, tune on in, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Otherwise, peace.